should be empowered to define that. The party that I represent believes that you should be able to define that. Now, okay, let's talk about that. What does it mean? I've heard this brother talk about it on his show. He and I have talked about all of these options. The question is very simply put to you this way. Do you want to engage or do you want to sit back? Do you want to engage or do you want to make excuses? Do you want to engage or do you want to let someone else do it for you? Maybelle didn't let someone else do it for her. You all have family members who've been through some tough times and they didn't let someone else do it for them. They did it themselves. Didn't mean they didn't reach out, like Thurgood Marshall would say from time to time, bend down and help somebody, or someone help them. But that drive to do it themselves meant a lot. And that's what this whole dream, this American dream is about. That's what Dr. King's dream was about. And so I find the times we're in right now to be unprecedented. I'm excited as heck about it. You know, they beat me upside my head all day long. I'm good to go. Fine, do your thing. I don't care, because I want to be able to put something on the table for not just the white suburbanite who's driving his Benz or his Lexus and living in his gated community, but I want to come into this community to afford you the opportunity to buy that Benz and live in that gated community as well. Putting those options on the table. Bottom line is, I don't know anybody, and maybe if you do, let me know because I want to go meet them, who woke up this morning and said, the only thing I want to be today is poor. I don't know who that is. I have not found someone who wakes up every day and says, the money I'm making right now is all the money I ever want to make in my life. We all aspire to do something better. We all aspire to create wealth for ourselves and our families. There's this little thing when I was lieutenant governor and I would talk about reforming our small business enterprise, and Charles remembers this, we're part of this effort. This idea of legacy wealth. Legacy wealth. The Rockefellers did it. The Roosevelts did it. Heck, even Oprah's doing it. P. Diddy, everybody. Everybody's beginning to understand this idea of legacy wealth, which is ownership, passing it on. So how do we create that in our communities every single day? Through education, through small business, through a free enterprise system, through markets, through connections, relationships. All of these things matter for us. And so my hope in my coming here today was to say to you is I want to engage with you. You're not going to agree with everything I say. I'm not going to agree with everything you say. But as long as we're talking, as long as we're communicating, as long as you're sharing, well, I may not agree with this, but I'm interested in doing that. Is there anything you can do to help us achieve that goal? I'm there. I don't want to make excuses anymore. I'm tired of my party sitting on the sidelines making excuses for not engaging in my community. As I said when I first got elected, and I'll wrap up, Charles, because I could be here for days, but as I said when I first got elected, and we sent out a press release, and my assistant asked if she could see the list of where the press release went. And she got the list, and it was the list that they would normally send stuff to. And she said, well, I don't see any black media listed on here. Radio, magazines, television. I don't see any Hispanic media. I don't see any minority media listed. Did you send, well, you know, during elections. What do you mean during elections? Don't you realize you have a black chairman and he wants to talk to people now? Not waiting until an election. That's been our problem. Is that we always come to the community too late. And then get mad at you because you didn't respond. Well, that's not your fault. That's our fault. But Having said that, this is a two-way street. And I need you, and I would like you, that when the opportunity is afforded to come to something like this, and someone shows up and wants to engage in the community, come. Bring your best game. Blow them up. Unleash your frustrations and your anger. That's important for us to hear, so we understand in the proper perspective why you're angry with us, so that we can then get better at ultimately serving you, whether as elected officials, as a party, as a philosophy, whatever it is. So I just want to take this moment and come by and say thank you for your leadership. Thank you for what you're doing to engage the community. It does matter. It makes a difference, and I support you 110%.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you for what you're doing, for coming out and being a part of this. God bless you all. Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome. As I told you, Michael is a real black man. So in spite of what you hear in the paper, he's a real black American, and a guy who's a stand-up American. Like I say about myself, I'm an American first, and I'm a black American. I have several people that I want to bring up. So when we talk about reaching out to the community and doing things in the community, we have some folks here from the National Republican Committee and the Illinois Republican Party that handle those areas of coalition building. Ms. Angela Saylor is the director of the Republican National Committee Coalition. I'd like her to say a few words about what she does. Now, I met Angela and her husband, Elroy Saylor, who, the trade rags all say they have the strongest Rolodex in Washington, D.C. as a couple. Now that's saying something. That's very important. They can pick up the phone, call anybody at any time. Ms. Saylor.
Thank you. We just want to say thank you so much for being a welcoming community. We look forward to working with you. The chairman, Michael Steele here, has done something that's really thinking out of the box. He has taken the coalitions department at the Republican National Committee, and he has made it a standalone department. And I have the honor and the pleasure to serve under his administration to direct those efforts. This department will work.
Let me tell you why that's important, folks. She's got a budget, okay? She's got staff. She's got people, all right? So she's got money. We're putting money in her, because in the past, it's like, oh, let's stick it over here and not worry about it. So she's being modest. She's got money, all right? She's got a budget to work with.
So what the team will be doing is we will be working on our branding, our mobilization, and our training. And our phone lines are open to you to call. One of the things that was really wonderful as a part of some of the opportunities that I've had is when I was in the White House working under President Bush, I was really able to bring people to the White House and to celebrate and some of those wonderful opportunities that happen there, because it truly is the people's house. And so, as the chairman has stated, the Republican Party the doors are open. And so if you're in Washington, if you're here, you want to call us, you want to engage, the phone lines are open, the communication is open, and we're excited about the embrace. So I just want to say thank you, Mr. Charles Butler.
Very welcome, thank you. I want to bring up Mr. Pat Brady, who is the Illinois State Republican Party Director of Coalitions. And so we have national and our state chairman here today. Reach out to us.
Pat Brady, I'm actually the Republican National Committeeman. My boss sits right here. It's an honor to be here. The tough part about being here is, and I've only had to do this a couple times, following Michael Steele is not an easy task. So I'll be brief, but I'm honored to be down here. And if you want to put a face on the Republican National Committee in Illinois, I guess myself, Demetra DeMonte, and Andy McKenna.